Other than boats designed specifically for establishing water-based speed records, the fastest boats are the drag boats in top fuel hydroplane racing. All of the top fuel hydroplanes in sanctioned drag boat racing use 500 cubic inch Hemi engines. A stock 500 cubic inch Hemi crate engine using premium pump fuel generates about 505 horsepower. Because the top fuel drag boats need to produce massive amounts of horsepower to achieve their incredible speeds, the preferred fuel of choice is nitromethane. Nitromethane is a highly combustible, highly explosive fuel that is also used in rockets and model airplanes. Nitromethane costs about $30 per gallon, and under full throttle, these engines suck down 1.5 gallons of nitro per second. Using a supercharger that pumps 3,000 cubic feet of air per minute into the engine, the fuel-air mixture is compressed to approximately 2 pounds of air to 1 pound of fuel. This explosive combination enables the engine to kick out close to 10,000 horsepower. Using nitro in this near-solid form requires the use of top-of-the-line multi-spark distribution or MSD units to provide the spark needed to ignite the fuel. These MSD units put out 50,000 volts and 44 amps on the top end. That's the output of an arc welder at each cylinder, and top fuel engines run 2 of them. If spark momentarily fails early in the pass, unburned nitro builds up in the affected cylinders and then explodes with sufficient force to blow cylinder heads off the block in pieces or split the block in half. Nitromethane doesn't burn as quickly as gasoline. There isn't enough time to burn all of the nitromethane between the time when the spark plug fires and when the exhaust valves open. Because of that, the engine is pumping out still burning nitromethane into the exhaust pipe. That's why you see flames shooting out of the exhaust pipes during a pass. All top fuel hydro drag boats use a modified outrigger design. The boat's tunnel design allows the air to flow under the boat, creating lift. And with only 3 points of contact, the drag is tremendously minimized, allowing the boat to run much faster. The most common distance for top fuel hydro drag racing is 1,000 feet. Instead of racing for a quarter mile like their counterparts in top fuel dragsters, the 1,000-foot course gives the hydroplane pilots the extra 320 feet to slow down from their 250-plus mile-per-hour run. Different than drag racing on asphalt, hydro drag racing starts from a rolling start. This starting system was implemented as a safety precaution because it is very difficult for a driver to know if their boat will actually launch straight from a standing start. The boat's rudder is basically useless at these insane speeds, so if the boat doesn't launch straight, there is no way to correct this mistake at full throttle. Top fuel hydros also require parachutes similar to those used with asphalt dragsters. They serve 2 purposes. They stop the boat from crashing into shore beyond the finish line and keep it from crashing on power down. Since the hydros travel on a cushion of air, a sudden drop in power changes the aerodynamics drastically. The parachute helps stabilize the back of the boat and hull, keeping it under control. The current top fuel hydro record on a 1,000-foot course with an ET of 3.34 seconds at 274.95 miles per hour was set by the Spirit of Texas. Now let's put this insane speed into perspective by comparing a 10,000 horsepower top fuel hydro boat and an F-15 jet fighter plane. An F-15 jet with full afterburner engaged creates 29,000 pounds of thrust. With full afterburner, it consumes 6.5 gallons of jet fuel per second. Because it takes the jet quite a bit of time to get airborne, to make this a fair comparison, we will change the rules for the race between the F-15 and the top fuel hydro. We will allow the F-15 to start the race 900 feet before the Christmas tree. As soon as the jet hits the starting line, it will be going almost 155 miles per hour, which is the speed necessary to rotate and lift off. When the jet comes even with the hydro pilot will start and they will both reach the Christmas tree at the same time for the green light. As both the jet and the hydro accelerate, through the 1,000-foot course, the Hydro will cross the line and deploy his parachute just before the jet reaches the line. That is what liquid insanity is all about.